I wanted to talk about people putting themselves out there, saying, you're standing by, ready to help. You've got a skill, and you're not waiting for somebody to say, oh, I need help with this thing. You're stepping up and you're saying, I have this skill and I want to help. An example of this was from Tina on the job postings channel. Basically came out and said, I'm a writer. I want to help Carbon Rule startups with their content, with getting out the news, getting out the perspective, the framing of what they're doing, telling stories. It looked like you got some good responses. I saw Chris Tolles followed up and said, hey, this is something that we're thinking about. Let's connect. So what's important about this? What's so important about this is how we create a new industry from scratch. By the time we get to something shows up as a job post, right? What it means is somebody's got a problem. They have a problem enough that it's a persistent problem. They're trying to figure out how to solve it. They ask around, there's not an easy solution, or the solution looks like it needs to have a person to solve it. Then, especially in startups, it's sort of like, okay, they got to get the money together, get the funding together. Then maybe you see a job posting pop up, right? And so we need to be able to short circuit that whole process. If you've got skills, if you've got things to be able to that you think are useful to carbon removal startups, people working on building solutions, if we can fast track that process, then we can get to gigaton scale carbon dioxide all the more faster. So love to see this post from Tina. And the question that comes up is like, well, why don't we see more of these posts? Why don't we see more people saying, hey, I've got this thing I'm doing. If you need help with this, I can help. The reason is because it's super vulnerable to come out and say, hey, you know what? I've got this skill. I'm not totally sure where it fits in or what problem you're gonna be able to solve with it exactly, but I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm gonna say, if you need help with this, I am the person to help you with it. It's, like I said, it's amazing, to be able to step up and kind of show that vulnerability of, that you're not sure exactly where that fits in, but that you're open to doing it. And so I love this attitude, this approach of, I've got a skill, and if you need this, I'm here to help. This is how we're going to build an industry. This is how we're going to create, new jobs. Like I mentioned in startup companies, by the time a job becomes a formal job posting, like you see on the job postings channel, oh my gosh, there's been potentially months of thinking going into that. And if you've got skills that you can offer, you can just short circuit that process. It's a way to save everybody time. It's a way to find a job, find a gig, find a way to connect. And so I'd love to see more people stepping up and saying, hey, you know what? I've got this skill. I'm a mechanical engineer. If you need a mechanical engineer, I can help. I am an electrical engineer. If you need electrical engineering help, I can help. Software, business partnerships, business development, art and design. If you've got these skills, would love to see more people posting and sharing what they can offer, what they can help with on Air Miners. And so specifically on the job posting channel is the best place to do it. If you are looking for a job, if you're a consultant who's got skills to share, maybe you're already doing something, you have this expertise that you feel like could be put to use. Don't wait for somebody to say, oh, I've got a problem with mechanical engineering. Are there any mechanical engineers here? Put yourself out there. Say, you know what? If anybody needs mechanical engineering help, I'm the person to talk to, or I want to help. So look forward to seeing those posts. Put them up in the next week, and I can follow up and check out what happens with that. But yeah, thanks to Tina for stepping up. And great to see Chris responding to that. The other thing about that was, Chris said, hey, this is something we've been thinking about. And again, that's the power of when you have skills of stepping up and saying, hey, I've got this skill down. If you need it, you can really actually change, especially in startups. You can kind of change what that team is doing. If they were thinking about doing something, if it was sort of, at the beginning of their awareness, and then somebody pops up who's like total expert at that, you can actually kind of help shape that company by them saying, you know what, actually, we really want to do this because you showed up. I've seen that happen more and more as, in terms of people finding jobs at startup companies. Sometimes, again, it does come from these formal job postings, but sometimes it's, they just kind of hire a person that shows up that's got some interesting skills that actually start to complement and grow the company in that direction. If somebody else has showed up, or it might have gone in a different direction. So you showing up and saying you have your engineering or business or art and design background, and that's something you want to offer, you can really shape the future of carbon removal solutions. So go post about it on job postings. If you're looking for a job, you're a consultant, you've got some skills you want to offer, and go connect with people building solutions.